Give us a clap. Oh.
But you get the picture.
Hi.
We're here.
We're here.
We're
You're
alive.
real.
Yeah, we exist in a physical form somewhere on Earth. That much is true. Not much in life is, but this is a certified fact. I thought Grinder was shut down. What are you doing on your phone, Rick?
Sorry, I'm on this new app called Sniffies. It's like Grinder, but slithier.
Yeah,
Slithier.
I heard they don't even have a real app because it's so seedy that they have to use a website.
But it is an app.
Is it
Yeah, my friend has it.
like an app for your webpage?
No, like a web app. No, it's an app for your phone. There's a Sniffies app.
Really?
Yeah. Not sponsored. We don't do sponsored posts.
I guess I don't. I wouldn't know.
Right, same.
I'm in a like a thing now, so I don't really partake in those hedonistic rituals.
Unlike those couples who do.
Yeah, unlike some people we know.
No shade.
Well, yes.
A little
No,
bit.
you've never even been on it.
I mean, I've met some couples online
At some point, at
for
one or
NSA
another.
play. Yeah,
Maybe so.
yeah. Um,
The experience. We didn't really have anything to do this weekend, but we did celebrate the Green Day.
St. Patrick's Day was
Green Day,
great.
yeah,
Green Day. We saw the Green River.
we did.
We saw drunk people on public transit.
Yeah,
So I saw a video that a train got evacuated underground.
really.
Yeah, I don't know why, but there were all these people running through the tunnels. Yeah.
Wow, I saw a guy evidently jumped into the Green River.
Yes, and he was hot too.
Yeah, very true.
Yeah, yeah, I saw that.
And
From where we were standing too. Like, why? I wonder if that happened before or after. Would have been after, right?
yeah, I'm assuming. I don't know. We were at the vintage thing until like 3, so they had 4 hours to go out and do that. So maybe we missed it. I'm not sure.
I don't know.
One thing I know is that there's cans everywhere.
And people drinking in public and on the CTA. I was not expecting that.
Yeah.
But it makes sense. I mean, Chicago is a big St. Patty's Day place.
Yeah. The only bad thing about the train is that there will be hundreds of drunk people like almost throwing up on you
Yeah.
at various points throughout the year, and St. Patrick's Day is one of them. Like baseball season is another big one. Yeah.
And what's the thing that happens here? Lollapalooza.
Lollapalooza,
Big
yeah.
festivals like that. It was always fun going to work and like there was a festival happening on one of my stops and like all these people would get in. But the best is when you're going the other way and like everyone's waiting on the other side of the platform and you see them
Yeah.
and no one gets on your train. So it's like,
Well, that's what like my boyfriend was saying. He was like, I if I'm getting on a train one way, I see like Cubs fans, which are just like rich white drunk people, and then White Sox fans, which are just regular white people. Um, and I think that kind of extends to whatever the function of the holiday is. Because like Chinese New Year, obviously a lot of white people aren't going to be plastered, but St. Patrick's Day, yes. My friend Phoebe like had issued a very enlightening uh, hyperbole to me, proverb maybe, where it's like, I wonder if anyone here is actually from Ireland and has like an Irish accent, because do they think that this is just all for them?
I mean, I don't know. Do Irish people know that it's such a big deal here?
They have to. So I guess they do have some like prior knowledge of it, but I think in Chicago specifically, because of the Green River, it entices more Irish themed Americans to come out. Not to be confused with actual Irish people.
Right. Posers. Yeah, I don't think Irish people actually celebrate St. Patrick's Day.
Probably not. I'm not. I don't think anyone really knows why we celebrate it to begin with.
It's the snakes.
I thought that
St.
was the Ides of
Patrick.
March.
No, that's in March. Oh, I guess it's March now.
Correct.
But that's on the 15th, no?
Yours is as good as mine. What day is it today?
The 17th.
17th is St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah. And the
It is
Ides of
St.
March
Patrick's
is
Day.
on the 15th,
Yeah,
right?
I guess.
Jenna, can you fact check this? Oh, you're playing a game. Okay.
I can fact check with my brain.
Don't worry. When is the Ides of March?
No idea. Sorry.
I don't think you actually had to look that up.
I want to know. Ides of March is the bless you is the date on the Roman calendar marked as the Ides, roughly the midpoint of a month of Marches, corresponding to 15 March on the Gregorian calendar.
That kind of sounded like in an alternate universe they kind of have March, but it's a little different. But I guess that's just the way history goes.
Maybe March is the day with like 29 days in some planets or some realities.
Yeah. If I remember correctly, February only has 28 days just because it was considered the unlucky month. Just due to like their numerology.
I thought it had to do with like the moon.
I don't fucking know.
I don't know either.
I don't actually think it has anything to do with the moon. I think it really is just the unlucky month. And that's why they were like, we want as few days as possible in it, so let's see what we can get away with.
I saw this thing that says that we should make. I don't remember if it's like every year should be 11 months or 13 months, and then every month would be perfect, and there would be like more perfection. Every month would like start and end on a certain day forever. We wouldn't need leap years, and life would just be better.
Wait, so we would have, what's it? 24 months total. Each one would be different?
No, no, every single month would have the exact same amount of days.
Oh, sure.
Let's see. Oh, sorry.
That's not very exciting, though.
True. You know, to this day, I still don't know which months have 30 days and which ones don't. I know some. I could probably guess right most of the time, but I'm still
January,
not sure.
March, May, July, August, October, and December.
Those all have 31 days?
Yeah.
So it's every other month?
Basically, for the most part. There's obviously exceptions to that.
Like
rule,
April
though.
and May? Really?
Yeah.
The more you know.
Because July and August both have 31 days, but
True.
then September and November obviously don't.
Obviously, I don't know.
Just because I don't know. I don't know why they did it like that, but
I
good
just
for
always,
them.
yeah. I don't know. I don't argue with time. I just go with it.
True. Yeah.
My favorite time story was when daylight savings happened and we were at a bar, so we got an extra hour of partying.
Yeah, that was always a huge like excitement back in the day. When I
Mhm.
worked overnight though, that was like the bane of my existence.
That's right, sorry.
But when like time skipped an hour, that nothing felt better than that.
I got to experience New Year's twice this year because where I was at was like kind of there are two states with different time zones, but
Oh
so
yeah.
close to the border and the metro areas on the other side that they observed that time.
Wait,
So
really?
yeah, and I don't know where the line is where like it's not officially that time anymore. But anyway, I was there partying for New Year's, and then midnight my time happened, Central Time happened, and
Yeah.
like fireworks and like people screaming and stuff, and we were like, yeah, 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 yeah. And then the party happened, and then an hour went by, and then midnight came again, this time in that time zone, and they did it all over again, like fireworks and people, and yeah. And then we
Wow.
went to the beach
In the
at
middle of the
midnight.
night?
And it was
That's
packed.
hot.
There were tons of people there, and like, they were,
Really?
oh yeah, setting off fireworks until like 2 or 3 in the morning.
That says something.
They were lighting those lanterns that you know, they're like
Yeah.
paper lanterns that float away.
Yeah, what happens to those?
They pollute the ocean.
Right,
They
right.
just fall eventually and maybe kill some birds. I don't know.
What is it like? What is lighting the fire?
The ones I see have like it's like this pressed pill of wax or something,
Oh.
and it just burns.
Is it in like a little metal tray or something?
No, it's just like you tie a wire around it.
Oh. So all that's left is like the wire, basically?
Yeah, the wire and like the paper, and there's like a wooden or metal frame.
Yeah.
So
That's not too harmful.
it's not terrible, but it's still
Like-
like a lot of trash that goes in the ocean.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't care. I'm not for bird rights or fish rights. I like lighting things on fire, so I watch. Just kidding, I am for animal rights. But
Yeah.
there were lots of them. Like, people were just sending them off and off and off. It was
Mm.
fun. Yeah. But I guess some places are banning them. So enjoy them while you can. Just like everything good, it gets canceled.
Yeah. Like plastic straws.
Like plastic straws.
I think that might be a good thing, though.
Yeah, I guess. See, like, we gotta keep the ocean clean, but
Yeah. Because it's already on its last leg.
yeah. I don't know.
It's called phytoplankton because it's fighting for its life out there.
I don't know. I think the worst thing we can do and we've done is radiate the ocean with like those nuclear disasters. Because you can't purify radiation out of water, can you? I don't think so. You can filter it and clean it as much as possible, but you can't.
I'm not sure. It's hard to say.
You just have to wait it out for a couple thousand years or millions of years.
I was like looking it up one day, because I went through like a Hiroshima deep dive and then was like, how does this work? Like radiation or radioactive shrapnel. But they're like, well, most of it like becomes not so radioactive until it touches like a solid object, and then that object is radioactive. Otherwise, the chemicals, if they don't have anything to bind to, then it just like nullifies itself. Like if it's dropped like really high up in the air, then it just kind of deactivates.
So it just dissipates? I
Yeah.
thought radiation couldn't just like disappear.
Well,
Well, I guess it just like kind of like, oh, I don't know.
well, they're like things like are starting to live again in Chernobyl because I think everything has a half-life, no matter what.
It makes sense.
But yeah,
Yeah.
that probably made no sense, but
No, I got it. And I'm still not
Something like
drinking the
that.
seawater.
yeah, that's good.
Yeah. I'll swim in it, maybe.
Yeah, I'll drink the Chicago green water.
Oh, yeah. We want that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we should have bottled some.
For real.
Do you know when people go magnet fishing?
On TikTok?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that I've like seen like a couple accounts where they're like the coolest thing they found is like just like a really old coin,
Mhm.
and that's about it.
Yeah.
Or like fake wedding rings.
Yeah. It's all trash. I don't know what you expect to get out of the river.
Right. But I really like that a lot more than if someone were to just like fake finding like cool stuff.
True.
I don't like fraudulent people.
I agree.
But
Oh, Dan, you got a message.
yeah, I don't.
But yeah.
I just don't get it.
I want to get a metal detector. Take it to the beach.
I feel like you would love a metal detector.
I would too. Yeah.
You love, I don't even know.
I like scanning areas with sticks.
Do you um, like 90% useless items?
I do.
Like the microphone that can't connect to the computer.
What do you mean?
It just gives you an echo.
Oh,
Not
like
this
here.
one.
That microphone has more capabilities. You can
The
put an
TV
SD card in it,
shows. Oh.
and it'll play music, and it'll be like a karaoke mic.
Oh, really?
And it can record your singing too. So I just don't use it.
Mm,
But yeah, it's quite useless. I mean, it's more like a fun prop, I
yeah.
think. I wish it were louder.
But I kind of appreciate that too. I like items that aren't trying to be anything other than just novelty.
Yeah. I do hoard things. Like I have a bunch of costumes that either don't fit me or I'll probably never wear.
Costumes.
Yeah, I have like a zombie doctor costume. I have a prison stripes costume. I have a
Oh.
pirate hat. I have a horse mask, old guy mask. I have a couple capes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, when I worked at Kmart one time, all these Halloween costumes were 80% off because Halloween was over. So I just grabbed a bunch of them.
How old are they, Rick?
Oh, they're like, I don't know,
That has to
15, 16 years
be.
old.
Yeah.
They've never been worn. They're like new.
Never been worn. Are you gonna put them in a storage container and then sell them on Depop as vintage
Maybe.
costume?
You know, if I wait long enough, they might be worth something. I mean, they're so
Maybe.
cheap, though. I mean, they're like the grocery store costumes.
I'm sure someone with autism will like get a hyperfixation with like Kmart and then like if you sell them to the like post it. Someone I'm sure someday.
The next vintage fair.
Yeah.
I'll sign up.
There's definitely a market for that.
There
Because it's also
is.
something you can probably use.
Yeah,
Not
I
guaranteed,
have used
but
them. I've used the prison suit outfit for like costume. I've used the pirate hat.
oh yeah.
My dream is to like keep the zombie one and then make another costume out of it. But
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's kind of a child's size, so it doesn't fit me just right or at all.
Sure.
Yeah. I did throw away a bunch of makeup that was from the same era.
Yeah, that's probably for the
Yeah.
best. The I will say the zombie costume. I mean, anything can be a zombie costume.
Well, this one has like foam guts,
Oh,
so it's
sure.
like, yeah. I'll show it to you. Wait, has this thing been echoing the entire time?
Like just the past like couple minutes.
What else is new? Oh, what conspiracy theory were we gonna talk about right before?
You asked me, have you heard the conspiracy theory that what's it like loading screens are fake?
Oh yeah, there's a new movement about like loading screens and how they're just placebos.
Mm,
But what's scary is that if this is true, then we can question more reality as it relates to computers. So if they can fake a loading screen, what else are they faking?
the computer itself
Oh, AI?
is no. Wait, what? Like you're saying that the computer is just faking it?
Yeah, like they're just for show animations, like the loading bars, and
Hmm.
it's gonna take what it's gonna take. It's not really like doing anything. It's not showing you real progress.
Yeah.
That's the conspiracy.
Right.
But at the same time, that makes no sense. Because sometimes when you're copying a file, it shows you the progress, and it
Hmm.
depends how fast your computer can move.
Yeah.
So,
I will say sometimes it will say like downloading, but then in my folder it'll show up as all downloaded or something like that. But I think there's just much more complicated parts to the loading screen. I think as it relates to buffering something, that might be true. Like if it's trying to load like a really like deep and like huge vast file, like Mariana Trench style like data, then the loading screen has a little more cachet to it
Mhm.
than something as silly as like downloading a PDF that has 50 pages or something. Or like downloading like a patch or something, like an update.
Oh.
That who knows? I have no clue what they're doing.
Hmm.
This obviously like it is weird how it'll like finish updating and then go back to actually I was kidding. The
Oh,
computer
I
just
see.
did that.
Really?
Yeah.
Did it just do that? Mine?
I think.
Oh my god.
Or maybe it was working on something else.
Maybe it was updating the update, and
Yeah.
then it went through. I don't know how computers work.
Me either.
I know they have ones and zeros in them, like a bunch of them.
Yeah.
It's like alphabet soup in the computer, and then an accelerator moves them.
Yeah. I think it would be um I just had a thought actually that it'd be funny if someone made a movie where it exposed that Amish people don't hate technology, they're just really afraid that the loading screen is like copying their face and making clones of them underground.
Dude, that
But
would
they're the
explain
only
a
people
lot.
that know the truth, as it were.
We need to hunt down an Amish person, or not hunt down, like find find an Amish person and ask them.
Yeah, we get like a bloodhound. We're like, find her, girl.
Well, you know how they feel like when they get their photo taken, it steals their soul, right?
Oh, sure.
That's why
Like
they
that
don't
episode
like.
of Goosebumps.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Amish
Say
people
cheese.
knew
What is
that.
it? Say cheese and
Say
die.
cheese and die. Yeah, the classic.
That really gets me. That really has me in
Well, but
stitches.
that one shows you the future, and it's never good.
Um, it makes you disappear, right?
No.
Because then they go missing. I don't remember where they go though.
Yeah, and how do they get them out?
I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember either. I thought it just showed you the future. Anyway, Amish people don't like their photo taken because some believe that it steals your soul.
Yeah.
Where I was going to with that was that. Where was I going to with that? Oh, it was something stupid.
It is kind of funny that like once the camera got invented, people were like just kind of making fun of portrait artists. Like, you dumb bitch, like a photo can do that perfectly. Why are you wasting your time, loser, idiot? And then they were like, actually, I just invented pointillism. Isn't that kind of kooky? And everyone was like, oh, work, bitch. Now we're cooking with gas.
Yeah, you're right. Oh my god, that's exciting.
Yeah. How fun.
What was I gonna say about the Amish soul? Oh yes, soul sucking via camera. So when I was at the store earlier, I saw this thing that was like beans in pork juice or something, and I thought of our Muslim brothers and sisters who don't eat pork because it sends you to hell. And I thought maybe they should get together with the Amish and collaborate a little on some new ways to like be cursed. I just think they have some things in common, and it would be cool to put them in a room together and watch them innovate, get some synergy going. You know, maybe they'll invent the next Facebook.
Yeah, I don't know if Amish people are looking to invent anything new though. I think that's kind of their entire like shtick.
That's where the synergy comes in. They invent things; they're just not going out of their way to like, I guess, sell their ideas. But like, I know if you need like a barn torn down, you call the Amish, and they didn't just like wake up and learn how to demolish buildings. They developed a system, a technique, a process.
Wait, what?
Yeah, Amish people will tear down your barn. That's like, yeah, if there's a house you need torn down or something.
Are they allowed to get tennis shots?
guess. I don't know. It's not my problem. They're just coming to take the barn.
I thought everyone just used a stick of dynamite and called it a day. Or a wrecking ball, I guess, if it's a barn.
You can do that, but I think renting that equipment is probably more expensive than calling the Amish.
Oh, sure.
And I think the Amish do it in a way that helps, like, reclaim a lot of the stuff. Maybe. I don't know.
They use every part of the barn.
Yes, they do. All of it. No part goes to waste. I don't know, actually. I've never actually hired an Amish crew to do demo for me, but I've heard that, if you have a problem building, you can call them and they'll come get it.
They use the rusty nails there for the blacksmith in their village. They give it to him, and he'll melt it down and create cast iron skillet.
Horseshoes. Yeah.
All right, horseshoes. That could be fun.
I love horseshoe and hoofing videos.
I love horseshoe.
I want to take a. Oh, St. Patrick's Day relates to horseshoes.
How? I am just now kind of like questioning what does a horseshoe have to do with Saint Patrick's
It's like
Day?
a symbol of good luck, and it goes with the four-leaf clover and the leprechaun because you get the gold, and the horseshoe because the luck of the Irish.
Yeah.
It's kind of like connections. I don't know if the horseshoe is actually Irish lore.
Yeah, I think that's just co-opted.
Huh, they're appropriating the horseshoe.
There has to be some silly old MILF's tale that details why a horseshoe could be lucky.
Let's see. I think it has to do with some branch of spiritual protection or something.
Also, why is a dismembered rabbit's foot considered lucky?
Let's find out.
That doesn't make no sense.
According to how stuff works, some people say you should hang a horseshoe with the heels facing up to prevent the good luck from spilling out. From the four-leaf clovers to the rabbit's feet, many symbols have been considered harbingers of good fortune through history, blah, 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 blah. Oh, it's an Irish tale. The blacksmith and the devil. Should I read the whole thing?
Yeah.
One day a blacksmith was working hard in his shop, forging horseshoes. Suddenly the devil appeared and demanded his own shoes. Because the devil had a hoof, yeah.
Those are his hooves, you bitch.
But the blacksmith recognized the devil and took a burning hot shoe and nailed it deep into the devil's hoofs. And the devil was in such excruciating pain that he ripped the horseshoes off and swore he would never go near one again. Thus a tradition of hanging horseshoes over the entrance of a house to ward off evil spirits was born. Oh. Another story, there's a couple of stories, has more to do with the metal in the horseshoes. Early Western Europeans believed that iron had magical powers and could drive away evil. Folklore of the time was rife with tales of mischievous fairies and mystical creatures, and horseshoes being made of iron naturally became protective talismans. Other legends said that witches were so afraid of iron horseshoes they traveled by broomstick instead of horseback. Oh, that explains why witches don't ride horses.
Oh.
And 8th century Chaldeans, I don't know, believed the crescent shape of the horseshoes protected against the evil eye, thus making it a good luck charm.
I love how ye old instead of crystal girlies, they had people who were wearing horseshoes.
How do you mean?
That will dispose of all the bad energy.
Mm-hmm.
Because for some reason alloys will grant you safety and good luck, good fortune.
I mean, silver is antibacterial.
Maybe so.
But
also, I don't know if I should really pick apart that old MILF's tale, but you're telling me the devil was just oh yeah, those look good, those ones right there, yeah, just ow, fuck, that's hot. What?
Old Irish tale, man. I don't know. I wasn't there. I
I'm
just
pretty
heard
sure
about
you have to nail a horseshoe into a hoof.
it. Mm-hmm.
It's not an easy thing to do.
Takes the right nails.
Yeah.
I don't know. Uh, I like the evil eye take.
I was watching this like crazy ass like television show, and I don't remember what it was, but I remember one woman was like, "Well, she reads like she's read the entire Bible," and then one of the other women was like, "So is Lucifer." It's
Oh,
like,
gagged.
wow, kind of dragged her a bit.
Have you read the entire Bible?
No,
Same.
there's a lot of boring parts.
Yeah, right. I'm just waiting until they make the movie. Not
Yeah,
the Mel Gibson one.
I know.
It's wine o'clock.
Yeah.
Don't talk to me till I've
Holler.
had my wine.
At
What else is there?
7 a.m.
There's. I'm thinking of like cringy mommy sayings. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Some dumb like doormat that says like "Welcome" in parentheses if you brought wine,
Yeah.
or else fuck off or something
Wipe
like
your
that.
paws. Um,
Yeah. I loved how a couple of years ago it was like a thing to be like a mommy who drank wine, and then
yeah.
everyone started being like, "You're promoting alcoholism," and then all these like moms who like their thing was vlogging and stuff while they were like drinking wine and watching their kids suddenly overnight looked more like drunks at home than mommies enjoying wine at home, and then that
Mm,
trend kind of disappeared. Were you there for that?
I was. I definitely remember like wine being like a huge thing at one point for seemingly no reason. Because like so many people would be like wine night, but then it's like the cheapest, nastiest bottle of like um
My Aldi boxed wine.
something like that, which is like fine, but you're not like out here promoting it as like a big indicator of your life.
No, and you know the industry could have really capitalized on the mommy drinking like trend, because
Yeah,
recently I saw a thing that was like millennials and Gen Z are killing the wine industry or something, and you know we're really worried. So missed opportunity,
all the wine moms got bullied into not being alcoholics
right?
anymore. Now they just
Well,
do quaaludes.
Quaaludes. What's that?
I don't
Those
know.
like uppers?
I have no clue.
No, it's just vaping.
They're just vaping. They're just
Mom's
hitting their puff
vaping.
bars.
Yeah. It's okay. You can do it in the house.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, it's not funny, but like, can you imagine growing up and like your mom just vapes all the time,
Yeah.
and you're like,
I had a
oh my
cigarette mom. Of course I can imagine
god.
that.
Oh. Well, then never mind. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, my parents didn't smoke, but my grandparents did, and you know that was normal as a kid. Like,
Yeah, it was cool.
not even. There was a one of my cousins took a lighter one time and like started a fire in the house. Yeah.
Dang. That's pretty rude.
It was not a sleigh, but
Some
everyone was okay.
sometimes I think like, wow, kids are so naughty these days, but then like I guess kids have kind of always been naughty and that's kind of their thing.
Oh yeah. I used to work with this guy who like him and his friends were kids like having fun jumping trains and one of them lost his legs.
Hmm.
Well, the guy lost his legs. He was the speaker that night. So, yeah,
Hmm.
can you imagine getting your legs chopped off by a train? And like above the knee too, poor guy.
That's tough.
But at least he didn't die. A train can kill you if it runs over you.
Very true. My uncle, my distant uncle, passed away because he got drunk and then passed out on the train tracks and a
No
train ran him
fucking way.
over. Yeah.
Damn.
That's just how the legend goes. I love trains. I rode a train from Chicago to Milwaukee recently and it was great.
How was that?
It was amazing.
Who's in Milwaukee?
Our friend Callie and Lisa.
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, I met them.
Yeah,
Weezer.
it was chill.
One of these days, I'm gonna. One of these days, I'm gonna take the Amtrak
Hmm.
from Mount Pleasant to here.
Yeah. Well, that's the okay. That's the tea is that the tickets are always so expensive because like it's so it's just used so frequently, and I'm not too sure why.
Mm. So, by what's like expensive? Like $50,
Like
$100?
$100,
Ooh, well then maybe I'll just drive that.
which I don't really understand. I don't know like why.
Why? That's just the going rate. Coming to Chicago is expensive in general. Like the
Yeah,
flights to here are more expensive than flights to Cedar Rapids,
yeah,
and even with connections.
it's bad.
Yeah, it's because they know like we have celebrities and millionaires. All those Chicago millionaires will pay to get here on the Amtrak, and
Right. I think it's just there's just so many things. Just- They don't. It's hard because they don't understand like how a budget works. Like the city of Chicago doesn't understand like how money works, like taxpayer dollars. So
you
they're
just spend
fine
it.
with keeping. Yeah, basically,
Yeah.
they're like step one, spend the money. Duh.
Are you following the that corrupt mayor's drama? She's
Mm,
from a city here in Illinois. You know who I'm talking about?
kind of. Go on.
I just know that she stole a bunch of money from the city, like bought this expensive ass Christmas tree that was like hundreds of thousands of dollars, and everyone in the city's like, "Why would you do that? Why would you buy this Christmas tree?" And now she was like making it illegal for anyone else who votes or who like replaces her to never make as much money as she did. And she was like harassing business owners for not supporting her campaign financially, as in like shutting their business down via the city's mechanism.
Do you remember
So
what city this was?
she's like a total gangster and like bully and she's like a villain, and she's the
Wow.
fucking mayor.
Like a real world
Yeah,
supervillain. That is very interesting. She sounds like the mayor of Gotham.
I know, right? Tiffany Haniat has been accused of corruption. Village trustees approved a resolution to ask for a federal investigation. Uh, okay, okay, but where's she? Oh, Dalton. Dalton is the town.
Okay. I wouldn't include her name. I don't want her coming after me, but um,
Right?
you know, that's interesting. I
Yeah, so this is like ongoing now.
hmm. That is very weird. I didn't know that they had such unbridled access to
I don't think they're supposed to. This woman's just crazy.
yeah. But I
And
feel like the mayor of Dalton, Illinois,
mhm.
and I guess like I mean, I think most people are just like assuming you're doing your job.
I mean, what is the mayor's job anyway? It's super boring. Like,
Right. Well, if you're the mayor of like you have so much less responsibility the less people you have in your like town. Like any Joe Schmo can be the mayor of where I'm from because
hmm,
only like 800 people live there.
yeah.
But obviously, like the mayor of Chicago or New York City, there's a lot more that invokes the
Chicago
title.
has a mayor,
Yeah.
but then they'd have the alderman system.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That seems like useless though.
I don't know. Are you involved? Do you know who your alderman is?
Um, I met my alderman at my last neighborhood. because I just moved in August, but like it seems to be that they handle a variety of unspecified requests for like a certain block radius
Mm-hmm.
in a certain neighborhood or district,
Yep.
but that kind of has probably a lot of red tape and not a lot of like what are you gonna do? Put like some trash cans around? I
Yeah,
don't get it.
and a bike rack, and get rid of the scooters. The DV bike rack needs to go. The real bike rack in. Maybe they'll like kick the homeless
Mm,
people out, and
yeah, they do
I
like
don't
doing
know.
that.
The rats. Get rid of the rats.
Well, okay, but that's what I was wondering. Like, is the like, I don't know. It's like when like in Chicago when homeless people are being kicked out of the tents that they're sleeping in. Is that the alderman, or I think that's just the city at large?
I don't know. Do they kick a lot of people out of the tents? Are there tent cities here? Or tent
Mm,
neighborhoods?
well, I think there was some like inflama regarding like a nonprofit organization that gave the homeless people in the neighborhood I
Hmm.
used to work with or used to live in like shelter, like heat, like temperature proof tents and other supplies. But then the city fined him a bunch of money because they're not supposed
Hmm.
to be living in the park to begin with, but they do regardless. So it didn't really make a lot of sense to me. But that's just then they just want more money to spend.
Yeah. Well, I've seen videos of people who are feeding the homeless and they're getting tickets, you know?
Really,
Mm-hmm.
that's wild.
Yeah, so I thought you were going to talk about those people. But I saw a headline not long ago that was like, this New York jury that's trying to like sue those people feeding the homeless, or like they're having a hard time finding a jury that's like impartial to people feeding the homeless. So nobody was like willing to help convict them because nobody was like, yeah, that's a crime.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
and I
that doesn't
think
make a lot of sense, does it? How? Wait, that makes no sense. Impartial, like, if you're going to rule on a verdict on whether people, like, how people should be fed or not, like, and you have an opinion on it, doesn't that kind of, like, can't, like, not make sense to begin with?
huh? What?
Like, how are you gonna find a person that doesn't care one way or the other whether like feeding homeless people is a crime or not, and then go and decide whether they think in this instance feeding homeless people was a crime?
Exactly. That's what the article was saying, that they can't find people to jury the trial because they can't find anyone who's like, oh yeah, I
Yeah,
can like have an opinion on this. Everyone's basically like, no, that's like okay, and
right.
it's wrong of you to like want to convict them.
Yeah, it's the least you could do.
So that was kind of funny, you know, one of those like LOL juries.
Yeah, but then I wonder a lot of the time, like, how does something like that warrant a jury to begin with?
Was because they sued the organization.
The city?
Yeah, the city or the
Oh,
state or
okay.
something. The police department,
I
because they kept getting all these tickets.
see.
Or maybe they sued the city or the police department or whatever. Because, yeah, they were like, no, these tickets are pointless. They weren't doing anything. They were just like handing out food. And they got
Yeah.
tickets for whatever reason. So,
True. They could be handing out food to anybody.
yeah, exactly.
How were they to know if they were without a home?
Yeah, you could be with a home and still be hungry and have no food.
Yeah,
So, well,
exactly.
yeah. So,
I'm sure someone out there would love a fucking potato. Fucking bitch.
oh, we got potatoes. Didn't use them.
Oh, yeah.
I love potatoes. So it was really funny because we went to the store and then Jenna asked me, how are you going to make the potatoes? And I was like, I have no idea and I don't want to figure it out. So I just won't make anything potato.
It's okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Are they organic russet potatoes?
I don't think so. Wait, I thought everything at Aldi was organic.
Oh, perhaps.
If so, yes.
Mm.
Yeah. Which is another weird thing, because, like, just because something says it's USDA organic doesn't mean it's really organic. Like, there's a grade of boxes you have to check, basically, in order to be considered organic.
Mm.
And it's different in every country. And I don't know how our standards are compared to others.
Mm.
Or what those, like, criteria even are. Like, is there a maximum, like, particle per mass of pesticide that's allowed, or
Probably knowing the United States, but just because Monsanto obviously is controlling a big part of lawmaking. when
yeah,
it
the
comes
FDA
to-
is bullshit, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it kind of is, but
Well, it is in the fact that it doesn't actually really mean anything a lot of the time. Also, I saw on TikTok, so I'm obviously did not fact check this or know if it's true or valid. But someone was like, "Oh my gosh, I buy all my sunscreen from Korea because the United States hasn't updated their FDA mandated sunscreen, SPF, whatever the fuck, since like the 19 somethings." And I was like, "That makes a lot of sense because never in my life has sunscreen actually worked."
it works.
No, it doesn't.
Yes,
Especially the spray sunscreen.
Oh yeah,
That
no.
does not work.
The spray sunscreen is terrible.
The spray
Always use the
sunscreen
cream.
is fake news.
Yeah.
Fake ass news. Everyone, do not use it. You will get cancer and die.
And a sunburn.
Yeah.
No, I hate this the spray one. It's easy to apply, but it's not effective.
No.
And you're not even supposed to use it on your face. So
But
yeah.
I don't know. My boyfriend was saying that anything that is sprayable has butane in it.
Well, not everything. Or like body products, you mean? Because there are spray that are just like pressurized.
I'll have to get back to you on that.
Yeah. Please do.
But also, did you see that video of the woman whose bird died because she was cooking in the kitchen?
The bird died
Yeah,
in the
this
kitchen.
lady was crying on TikTok, and she had one bird on her shoulder, and she was like, "I have to take my pet bird in to be monitored for the next 24 hours because my other bird just died because I was cooking in the kitchen, and I was using pans that have what's that non-stick substance that they put on pans? Teflon, and that kills birds almost immediately."
What?
Yeah, and then I was like, "Oh my god, why am I using Teflon if birds die from it?"
How does Teflon kill birds? Like the fumes?
Yeah,
Oh.
just the fumes kill them.
I mean, I've heard that Teflon is not good for a couple of years now. So yeah, we're not supposed to be cooking with it.
Yeah,
I don't use Teflon anymore.
I need to find some ceramic and or stainless steel.
Ceramic is nice. They have these like blue diamond coatings or like other non-stick coatings that are ceramic-y.
Really?
Mhm. Cast iron is good. Do you have a
Yeah.
cast iron pan?
I think Jenna
Yeah.
does.
Do you want one? I have an extra one.
Sure.
I'll bring it next time.
I love that. How do you clean it? You just put it in the oven on the clean setting?
No. Oh, you're not supposed to. Don't set it on fire.
You're supposed to put a bunch of olive oil in it and then put it in the oven?
You can do that, but not in the clean setting. You can bake it at like 400 or 500 degrees for like an hour, but I don't do that. I just like I rinse it, I scrub it, and then I put oil on it. I don't scrub the hell out of it, but like I get the food out of it. You know?
Is that bad?
You don't want to scrub it too much, but like
Like with water?
Mhm.
Does that create black mold?
No.
Do you wash it with vinegar?
No, just water.
How do you make sure the water doesn't grow mold?
I don't think metal molds. It doesn't hold moisture like that.
I guess oil doesn't really mold either, does it?
No.
It just gets rusty.
I mean, it can get like filmy and staley, but I don't think it grows mold. No.
Interesting.
Yeah, because water and oil don't mix, so I don't put like a layer of oil. Like I just rub oil on it and like wipe it clean. Kind of like you would shine a piece of wood.
Sure.
Yeah.
I thought I was supposed to like put like a thin layer of oil on it every time I cooked.
You can. I mean, I use oil when I cook with it, like to cook, but I don't coat the whole thing.
Yeah, makes sense.
It also depends what you cook in it. Like, if you do a lot of acidic foods, it can damage the patina.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's fascinating.
yeah. I love my cast iron pan. If you are anemic, they're good to cook in.
For the iron?
Hmm.
Yeah. I saw this thing that was like they cereal industry, big cereal wanted parents to buy more cereal, so then they just started putting a bunch of iron in it. But like men don't need iron
Oh,
because they don't like get their period.
oh, that makes
So
sense.
like sometimes like you'll find like weird like side effects or whatever from like eating too much cereal.
Yeah,
Maybe.
I don't know. I don't eat cereal. It's like dog food for humans.
It is.
Yeah.
There's a cereal plant in Cedar Rapids.
Yes, General Mills, which we're boycotting Kellogg's, but now General Mills. So I hope
Oh,
they prosper.
they're not owned by Kellogg's.
Mm-mm.
That's good.
They're one of their few competitors.
Thank God for those nasty steel cut oats.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh. That's slop. That's the definition of
That
slop.
is slop. You can make the best slop with oatmeal.
No. No goddamn porridge. Do I look like a Victorian child?
Oh, you've seen the meme that's like, my boyfriend sleeps like a Victorian child.
I think.
Yeah.
It's
Well, I
been a
want to
while.
make one that's like, my boyfriend sleeps like a plague doctor, and then have someone in a plague doctor costume sleeping.
With a giant fucking beak?
Yeah. Or like a CPAP machine.
Yeah. Why did they have those giant beaks?
They were filled with aromatics because they believed that the disease was like contracted via smells, foul smells. And these people
Really?
were smelly, like the people who were sick or dying or dead.
And they were just filled with like rosemary?
Yeah,
That
like
sounds like a
flowers and
great
things.
time.
Hmm. Yeah, that's what I've read at least. So
Imagine decorating the inside of your plague doctor beak. Hi, this is Brittany. Today you'll watch me as I decorate the inside of my doctor mask with aromatics. First, we're gonna start off with putting the rosemary all the way in front. And then we have some orange peels that we're just going to kind of scrape off the zest a little bit to really get all the oils nice and flush.
I like to soak a sock in incense and
Yeah,
really stuff it in it.
that would filter for sure.
And then I put my sticker inside that I got from the shop linked below.
Well, did it actually work?
No, people didn't understand germs back then, so.
Yeah.
Well, it worked as in it filtered out smells, but
Did any of the aromatics like help at all?
I don't know how much.
Because I guess if you're breathing through a gigantic beak, a lot of the because isn't most of that just saliva transferring this illness and not like the breath and oxygen itself?
Yeah, it's like in spit bubbles or whatever, so when people coughed, maybe
Spitballs.
it got on people and then they got it in their eyes or nose or mouth or something. Kind of like COVID or the flu or any one of those infections. I guess, I don't know. But yeah, definitely wasn't the bad smells that were doing it.
No, right.
Yeah.
So it's just the Black Plague was just like, carried out by rats?
Mm-hmm.
It's so silly.
Yeah. And I guess a lot of plague doctors died.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so sad.
Well, didn't like half the population of Europe die? Or England? Or
Probably.
yeah, like it was such a big deal we still talk about it.
Yeah. It was really funny. Like there was a village that was kind of much more rural than the rest of them, and no one there had the bubonic plague because they didn't really get any visitors.
Oh.
So but like people couldn't figure out why like no one there had it. But like when someone did get it, everyone would just like quarantine into their own house. And they were just like, I still just can't figure this out. I'm like, what's so hard to understand? What aren't you getting? Like, what do you mean? Like, you don't, like,
You love plagues.
like, the, I just don't understand how they don't have to know what a germ is, but, like, don't you, like, have, like, some basic understanding and, like, genetic memory that, like, if so and so is sick, I could get sick too.
I think they did understand that. They just didn't know
Oh, right, duh,
how it
because they
worked.
thought it was the stinky.
Yeah. Yeah, they did know that, hey, if someone's not doing well, avoid them. They just didn't know what or how it worked.
It's just like it's funny to me that they're like
Yeah, right.
stinky, you're contagious. Stinky.
My favorite was when people there was a lot of syphilis, right? Well, this was more of the Victorian,
Sure.
and like the people would die or like they would like sell their teeth. The poor people would, and they'd have syphilis, and then the rich people's teeth would be falling off from like bad hygiene or whatever. So they would go to the dentist, get a new tooth put in that they took from someone, but they didn't like wash these, or if they did, like it wasn't sanitized. So they would just every now and then you would get a tooth in there that had syphilis in it, and rich people or fancy people who had money to buy teeth would just get syphilis from getting these infected teeth put in their mouths.
That sounds really gross just to like start off with. But even like more how did the teeth go in? I don't know. Actually, I don't want to know. Let's move on.
Well, when you get a tooth pulled, and it leaves a little cavity, and you can just insert the right tooth that fits. It might hurt a little. Oh, I have a story for you. So it's about tooth. This is off the podcast. And I was like, "Excuse me, you pulled your own tooth out here, like earlier today?" And he was like, "Yeah, it was hurting," and I just like, and I was like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna go." So I don't think I'm going back.
Why? Like, your teeth are so important. Why would you do that?
Well, it wasn't like a healthy tooth. He said it was already a little loose. Yeah. No, he didn't do it like just for fun, like because he was bored. Like it had to come out one way or another.
Yeah.
And he said, might as well just do it now. So.
Wow. That's so gross.
Be your own dentist, you know?
Be your own dentist.
So yeah, that's my tooth story for the other week.
That's a good title for the episode.
Be your own dentist?
Be your own dentist. No, she won't.
How to pull your teeth.
Were you the... Oh, so there's like a theory right now that Katia got fired from our management for saying Free Palestine.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because she hasn't been in their Netflix watch series like for the past few months.
Few months?
Yeah. And I don't know if she's still on the podcast or not.
Has Katia made a statement?
I don't know.
Because being fired from your agency doesn't like ban you from the show. The show would have to fire you.
That's what I was thinking too. Or it could be Netflix at large that was like, you can't say that.
But then a lot more people would be in trouble because Katya hasn't been the only one.
Kind of.
Oh, really? Oh.
I mean, a lot of people like in entertainment have been fired for saying that.
Oh yeah, Hollywood does that all the time.
Yeah. I guess that's the truth now.
Yeah. No, I didn't hear that. Oh my god. Oh. Shit. Free Palestine. Oh,
Yeah.
fired.
Yeah.
Maybe she went to dental school.
Maybe, probably.
My friend's husband is in dental school.
Why? You just be your own dentist.
Well, but you can like charge people to do their dental work when you have a dentist degree.
So true.
I forgot to go to the dentist in Mexico.
Oh, silly Billy.
Maybe
Yeah.
next time.
I feel like, is the dentist down there much quicker than it is in America?
It's not that it's quicker, like things take what they take, but it's way
Yeah.
more affordable and
Oh,
accessible. Like you can get a lot of work done for like a fraction of what it costs here.
yeah, I wonder why that is.
Because there's no like medical scan demand
Yeah.
supply. Like there are tons of poor people there. They can't afford to go
Yeah.
to the dentist, and there are a lot of dentists. So
Mm.
insurance companies don't have to make money. And it's just
Yeah.
the going rates are way lower because there are way more people.
Yeah. Yeah, why do we even have health insurance?
Extortion. No, because it's so expensive. I don't know.
But the amount we pay in health insurance yearly is typically much more than someone would spend, like, in an
Yeah.
average, like, decade.
Well, not if you truly have an accident. Like if you like get a surgery, that's like tens of thousands of dollars now.
But why?
Because it's fucked up. I don't know.
Exactly.
Yeah,
It doesn't
exactly.
have to cost
It
that
doesn't have
much.
to.
It just does.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's why I'm always kind of like cocking my head whenever I see that the University of Iowa hospital is like out of money. I'm like, where did it go?
Right. Doctors, insurance. I don't know. That's why I don't donate blood because I'm like, I'm donating the blood, and you're like selling it at like $500 a bag.
Yeah, what?
And all you did was test it and bag it. Like, well, I guess keep it cool, but yeah, no,
That makes no sense.
yeah. Or like whenever there's like, oh, round up your purchase to donate to the children's hospital. I'm like, no. These things are like nonprofits on paper, but like
Yeah.
the owners are making money.
Well, isn't that a thing like you have to really screen charities because usually the founder is taking 75% of all the proceeds.
Yeah.
And I think like one of them is like St. Jude's is they give like children like teddy bears. I'm like, oh, I thought you were paying for their medical bills.
Yeah.
That's not the case. Okay, never mind then.
Yeah, like what does that even do? Like when you donate to a hospital, it doesn't lessen the cost of the patients,
Yeah.
or unless do they have like grant programs or stuff? I don't know. Or can we check when we're still...
Probably not. Need a doctor without border.
Yeah.
I applied to the Peace Corps.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
What does that do?
I like there's like a bunch of different positions, but I applied for one in Nepal to be a laboratory assistant.
Oh.
But then I didn't get it. But it's
Oh.
okay because I applied to that before I started dating Isaiah. So
Do you get paid if you're in the Peace Corps?
yeah,
Oh, okay.
you get like a stipend.
Okay. And then, is that like a branch of the military?
I'm not sure. I don't think it's the military. I think it is a facet of the maybe the U.S. government, but it's maybe not because you don't get like a lot of benefits from it, but you get like certain things. Like you'll get a like I think you get like free housing there and like a typical amount of money that most people in that area would make, and you're just kind of there to be a positive role, like representative for America to kind of educate people about like what a not crazy batshit person from America looks like, and
Yeah.
and you just like have to be like integrating into the community and sparking joy or something.
Sparking joy. I can do that.
But Nepal, that sounded cool.
Yeah,
Love it.
good altitude.
Yeah, I love that.
Lots of culture. And
Yeah.
big tourist town.
Really?
Well, isn't Mount Everest around there?
Hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The Starbucks, like on the second camp, is so busy all the time. Of Mount Everest.
On Mount Everest, the Starbucks. That's what I was. That reminds me of the Portlandia sketch where it's like, we need more feminist bookstores even where there aren't any people. Like the bottom of the ocean or the mountaintops.
Yes. Oh, happy Women's History Month.
Yes. Happy month, women. What are you gonna do first?
Me?
No.
Oh.
just, uh, women in the ether.
I'm gonna congratulate all the ones I know. And the ones I don't know too. And I will, I don't know, hug a woman or two. And I guess I could highlight notable female leaders. Starting with Lady Gaga, who is. Remember when the internet was like, oh my god, Lady Gaga's like a man. She has a penis.
Yeah, that was when she was actually cool. Now she's like, art and capitalism can go hand in hand if it's just the right scenario. And I'm like, what are you squawking about? Like, you used to be cool. She's just kind of been. I don't know, ever since her fucking House Labs bullshit, I'm just so exhausted with her.
Her house slabs? What was that?
Her makeup brand.
Oh.
It's all she ever posts about. And I think it's because someone's like making her promote it because it's kind of
She has a
her.
goal.
Like, but it's also like, I don't even think that she owns the entirety of the business.
No, she's just drop shipping it.
Yeah,
Right.
that's why I'm like, this is so stupid. Like, shut up.
She
No one
needs to
wants
be
your
put.
shitty makeup.
The record sales must be low because she's doing all these side gigs. Like soon, the How to Sell Makeup Masterclass is going to drop, and she's going to be promoting that as well.
I know. Ugh.
Yeah.
Her or Selena Gomez.
What's Selena doing?
She's been really falling out of favor in public
Really?
view. Yeah.
What'd she do?
She'll just like, I think like what people are like harping on her for recently is the Hailey Bieber drama, but also
That was a long
she
time
would
ago.
post something like stupid and then people would like roast her for it, and then she would post on her Instagram story, I need to take a break from the internet for a while, heart, and then be back 2 days later or something. It's like, okay.
I mean, is there like a luxury service that will hide your phone for you?
There needs to be.
What do these people even do on their day to day? Like, do they have friends that they hang out with and like go to dinner with, or people they
know.
date?
I'm assuming since she's a child star, she has to go to therapy a lot.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. It just doesn't make a lot of sense.
I mean, most celebrities aren't working all the time. Unless they are, maybe they get paid to do gigs.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would love to shadow, like, A-level celebrity for a day.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, I was kind of around a guy who was the assistant to a famous person's wife.
Oh.
And they weren't, like, super public, but, like, this guy was, like, working, like, was on TV daily and stuff, and they lived in Los Angeles. And he was just her personal assistant, worked out of their house, and most of the stuff he did was just like book a lot of flights and rebook a lot of flights because they would just like fly places and yeah, like run errands, like go get stuff, take the cars places, walk the dogs, like do that kind of stuff.
Well, that's the thing. Like, when I hear personal assistant, I do get a little like creeped out.
Really?
Just because it just like seems like a weird like thing to do, just like to employ someone to wait on you.
Well, I mean, when you have tons of things to do and like you can't handle it, you need someone to assist.
Yeah, I guess it depends on how much they get paid.
The fair market or fair wage for a full-time assistant, at least 5 years ago, was 50 grand plus.
Yeah,
So,
because it's like if you're busy, like booking appointments and flights and picking up dry cleaning and going to the grocery store for a celebrity, like, do you have time to do that for yourself?
oh yeah, you're not at their like call 24/7. It's like a job. Like you'd have a schedule. Be like, because this guy he had to be at the house like Monday through Friday from what 8 9 a.m. till whenever he was done, and then he gets
Hmm.
days off too. Like they're not like slaves.
Yeah.
Like they're on a schedule and they're subject to labor laws.
Hmm.
Um, although I don't know if there's like a celebrity assistant union. I don't know.
There should be.
But this guy was cool. Like he got to go to like their winter house and like live with them and their family.
That's gross. That's
Well,
weird.
it's like a living nanny.
How, like, but I feel like that would be so awkward.
Well, I think at that point you just like get along with your boss enough. Like obviously you have to like get along with them and be cool with them. Otherwise, they wouldn't take you and you wouldn't be
But to
there.
like live with someone that could fire you at any moment, I feel like that would just be weird.
Yeah.
And like you had no clue who they were before this, or like you didn't know them personally. It's not like a family friend.
I'm sure they do background checks.
Oh,
This guy though, he got the job because he was recommended by someone.
yeah. That's maybe that's how you get the job in the first
Oh yeah,
place. I
totally.
guess you can't really just like hire some random person.
I'm sure there's a an agency that you can call and they'll screen and send someone your way too. Kind of like a temp agency, but it's like an assistant agency. It has to exist, right? Like,
Oh yeah, I guess so.
I don't know. I've never hired an assistant. I was an
Hmm.
assistant. Realtors have assistants all the time.
That's true, but isn't that just like you were learning how to become a realtor, like by watching someone do it?
Some people, some agents just have assistants, and that's what the assistants do. They don't have the desire to become salespeople.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm busy, so busy that I'd like an assistant, but then that only lasts a few weeks. And then it's like, oh yeah, I can't sustain someone full time as their job, so
That's what I'm always like, how does one become like a busy, like nonstop 24/7 realtor?
you prospect a lot.
What's prospect?
You find clients like whether that's making phone calls, sending letters,
Uh,
advertising, knocking doors, literally doing open houses. Just the
Interesting.
process of finding new clients.
Just sniffing it out.
Sniffing it out, yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
that is so egregious. Like, if you're like getting one yes and 99 no's,
So you need to like 300 no's will give you three yeses. That's three
mm,
clients, three closings, three paychecks.
I think a an ad on a bench is the way to go.
Yeah. Oh my
Passive
god.
income.
Passive income, right?
Or no, you have to pay for your thing on the bench, huh?
I don't know how much a bench costs. I was talking to this woman on Wednesday who she sells like billboard advertising,
Oh.
and a billboard can cost like as little as $500 a month. I thought it would be a
Mm,
lot more than that.
yeah, that's kind of expensive.
I mean, not really. Like being in a magazine twice a month costs like $200 for like a square this big that I don't
Mm.
know how many people read. But a billboard, like on a
Are you talking
busy
about a
street,
specific magazine?
yes. I have no regrets being in that magazine. I love it. But
No, that
like
magazine is actually
I
cool.
was just imagining that the cost of a billboard would be like thousands of dollars a month. I don't know it was like that low.
Yeah, that's true.
Now printing the sign is probably like a couple of $1,000, but that's a one-time thing. And then maybe the
Oh,
installation. So I guess I'm guessing she's gonna send me an estimate. But yeah, maybe startup cost for a billboard is a couple grand.
oh, sure.
But yeah, I don't know.
And you just keep it up there until you decide to take it down?
I'm sure they make you sign a contract because you can
Oh,
do it for like a week or a month. So yeah, it's all flexible depending how. She was saying you can like move them around, have them relocated, and now there are
Wow.
digital billboards too.
Oh, that's true. That would be pretty hands off, huh?
Yeah.
I was wondering, like, is are the people who like slack the billboard like things up there like by hand, are they private contractors too?
I'm guessing either the company hires them or yeah, they're just like independent contractors who they get.
Hmm. I could never do that.
You afraid of heights?
Yeah, I have insane vertigo.
Oh, then no. Then hanging signs is not for you.
No.
I want a billboard.
You should get one.
Like I want to own one. I don't necessarily want to be in one. I want to own one.
Uh, yeah. Well, that's the thing. I was like, I wonder who gets that, who buys that, who finds that, who builds that.
Well, I asked her about that, and like they have a sales team or like a land team, and sometimes you can lease the land the billboard is on and then build it,
Um,
or you can like buy a chunk of land and then build it there.
1 square foot, please.
Just 1 square foot
Just one
for
little
my
square.
flag. I don't know. You can well, theoretically, you could buy a square foot of land. It would be really tough to keep track of.
Yeah.
You can buy a percentage of ownership.
You just have to go by and weed whack it once a month.
Yeah,
Because they would just mow around your little square.
I just put a tile on it.
Yeah.
Technically, when you buy like a cemetery plot, you buy like whatever.
Really. Just that little sliver. And you own it even in death?
I don't know how that works. I don't know how long you have to like the right to be there. Because there are some old ass cemeteries around, but like, what are they gonna do?
Yeah.
Because I've heard stories of like families who own like graves that can fit 4 or 5 people, but then it gets to a point where like they just like take them out and put somebody else in there. So you just keep refilling and rotating the bodies out or whatever.
What the heck? Where did they
Yeah.
take the old one?
The morgue disposes of them, or the funeral home. I don't know.
Throw them in the trash. Landfill, where everything else goes, probably.
My friend told me this story once because like she was a mortician, and there was this family. And tell me if I told you this story before. The one about the baby.
Mm-mm.
No. So they were relocating this body because the family was moving and they wanted to be near the body. So like I guess that's the thing they did. Whenever they moved, they would like, what's the word? When you dig up a body,
Oh, they would exhume?
they would exhume
That's gross.
the. It was like in a casket. They would exhume the
That's
baby.
crazy.
I know, and then like relocated wherever they were moving so that they were nearby. Well, they were doing this and like they were moving from here, from Chicago, down to Louisiana or somewhere in the South. So they take out this little casket. It's a baby casket, so it's like child size. And they had to drive it all the way down there. And she could just hear like that the body had been liquefied and it would just splish and splosh throughout the entire drive. And it was traumatizing.
Yeah.
So yes. And I guess
Yeah.
they've flown with it before too. And isn't that weird? You never know if there's a dead body on the plane
Yeah.
that you're taking. And people die in cruises all the time too. They have like a mini morgue.
Really? That is so odd. People die in cruises all the time.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And there are people who, like old people who are retired and they just live on cruises.
Really?
Because it's cheaper than like living in a retirement home. And you have all the food, you're not bored, you're traveling. So it's like a lot of people just spend the end of their lives on cruises. And then they just die on the cruise.
Yeah.
And yeah.
They're just like waiting until their life savings is up and then they just jump overboard.
Yeah.
That's what I would do.
Honestly, genius. Yeah.
Just because I'm like, well, I'm not going to have any like spawn to take care of me, so I got to figure out like a good end cap eventually.
Right. Oh my god. What happened to that disaster cruise, the life cruise? Were you all up in that drama?
Was that the one that got stuck out to sea because of COVID?
No. This is like now. There's like
It's
this
still
like
stuck.
9-month cruise, and it's like live on the sea full time, and like all these people bought these tickets. Well, first like all these people bought these expensive ass tickets because it's a 9-month cruise, so of course it's expensive. but then they weren't selling, so they super lowered the prices, and all these people who paid like premium prices were like, "Hey, what is this?" So that was the start of the drama. This was like a few in the last month. It was all over TikTok, and then the cruise sailed, and these people are out there doing the thing, and like they were running out of food and booze, and like at one point the ship was leaking from somewhere, and that's the last I saw a few weeks ago. So I don't know what's up now, but yeah,
Yeah. Well, aren't cruise ships notoriously like bad for the environment or something?
I mean, like because the pollution and all that, or
Yeah.
probably.
I think just in terms of human excrement and as well as like using all the gas or coal it probably takes to power the ship on
Yeah.
top of probably the amount of water they use.
I'm sure they're not clean. As in,
Yeah.
like, clean energy.
Oh, sure.
Um, I don't know what their impact is, though, because there's also not that many cruises, I don't think, right?
Yeah, probably not.
I mean, I think there's more.
Well, I think they famously go out of business very often because of how titular the like industry is.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
They're kind of niche for the most part.
I've never been on a cruise, nor do I want to.
Yeah.
Disney cruises are fun.
Yeah.
When I was in PV, I saw a lot of cruises, and I was always thrilled to see them because I was like, oh.
So there are a lot of cruises.
Well, yes, but like I don't know that there are enough to be like, oh my god, this is like really hurting the environment.
Oh, sure. Not like Taylor Swift's private jet.
Right, exactly. No celebrities taking a private cruise to wherever. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Um,
Cruise radio.
the Alaskan cruise does sound fun though. I won't lie.
Really?
But I feel like it's probably all melted now. Like, what's the point?
Yeah, there will be ice caps for a bit. Gay cruises are scary.
They are. It looks so gross.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm not
someone
in that
poops in the pool
pool.
every single day just because of, people stick things up there and some things.
Can you imagine getting an STD at the cruise? Or like getting a letter from the cruise and being like, there's been a notable outbreak of whatever,
Ooh.
blah blah.
Maybe the morgue has
Okay.
antibiotics.
Maybe. I mean, I'm sure there's like cruise doctors and stuff, right? Like,
Yeah.
the
Oh, there's
cruise
definitely
clinic.
doctors on the cruise.
Yeah. And there's
For
priests
sure.
on the cruise, maybe? Do they have one of every denomination? Is that like a thing they do? Are there like Muslim praying rooms in cruises? There should be.
I don't know.
Dubai Cruise Line.
Yeah.
Do they have a coastline?
I
Let's
think
see.
so.
Huh. How come you don't hear about the pretty beaches of Dubai? Because there aren't any. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just being a bitch now.
I guess it depends on the like level of pollution, but that's so relative to each like individual city.
I mean, I think maybe their beaches are just like too rocky or just too hot and not tropical enough to like be enjoyed like that.
Like the Northwest.
Or maybe since it's such a, no body allowed culture, that's just not a thing.
Oh yeah, maybe.
Can you imagine like an Islamic woman's swimming suit, but then I'm just thinking of like a gimp rubber suit.
Oh my god. That would be actually kind of fierce.
That would slay. But I think it is in the Islam code that your clothes can't be like tight fitting. So
Yeah. You
yeah.
would drown. Swaths of fabric? You can't swim in that. Trust me, I know. I tied a bunch of garbage bags to Luke one time to shoot a short film, and he almost drowned.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh my
it
god.
was really funny.
My short film came out.
Yippee!
The Curtain, did you watch it?
Yeah, I've seen it.
You have?
Yeah.
The finished version?
Yeah.
Did I send it to you?
A while ago.
I just released it like last week.
Oh, you released like another
The final,
the
final version.
I
The
see.
final cut.
Yeah,
The
you went
cut that
through
got rejected.
post production and everything.
Yeah. So anyway, short films, yay.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What else?
I'm obsessed with the girl from The Ring.
Samara? Yeah, me too.
Yes.
She needs to be our guest, I'm telling you.
No, well, I guess her too. Her and Sadako, the Japanese version.
Oh, is that her name in Japan?
Yeah. So
Sadako?
close. Yeah.
Sa-
Sadako and Samara.
I love The Ring.
It's like
Such a
these
mood.
kind of like vibes.
Talk about an easy job. Like, you just come out and, like, kill someone whenever they watch your tape.
And all you have to do is go.
Yeah.
Ugh,
I wish I had that superpower.
me too.
The death stare.
Me too.
Also the long hair.
Yeah. Her. It's so weird. She has like psychic powers, but is like works through like technology.
I don't know how her connection is set up. Like, she definitely has, like, that wireless, that Bluetooth.
Bluetooth enabled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Paranormal Bluetooth or something.
Yeah. But also the fact that she curses people through videotapes.
That's pretty
It's
country.
kind of I don't know if she'll be
Is that a
able...
medium? I think Alex Dennison should be consulted about this.
I know, I should really write something about this.
Film as a curse.
Yeah. The curse tape. Snuff films in the early 2000s.
Snuff films, early 2000s snuff films.
But I just love that like, he's like put in like an unmarked videotape and then it just shows a bunch of like weird, like a supercut of just weird like footage, and then that just activates the curse. Like, okay,
I like it.
yeah, me too. I like it a lot.
But I never understood how, and this still, like, confuses me, because she figured it out in the movie, but, like, you have to make a copy of the tape, and then that cancels your curse. So it's kind of like one of those, like, forward this email to 10 people and you'll be fine. Maybe it's a similar trick.
I don't know. Didn't that turn out to not work though?
No, it worked. She was fine.
They had to go and find the well.
No, that did nothing. Like,
Oh, it's like so she had to. She said, save it and give it to the next person.
yeah, exactly. And I forget how she figured it out, because she went to find the well because her kids saw the video in the
Yeah.
American version, and she was like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna save you by investigating," and then she finds the well or whatever, and then I don't know how she figures out that. Oh no, because the kid is. Wait, no, that's after.
But no, isn't that the fucking gags? That's Gag City. That the ring is her view from the bottom of the well. Just like a one like
Right.
little ring of like dim light and then like a black circle.
I love it. It's so deep.
But then what did the lighthouse have to do? I don't know. Never mind.
That was just her life.
Oh, that was just her lore.
Yeah, because like that was the mom in the mirror, and like she drowned the horses because the girl was evil. Like that's the gist of it. Like she's an evil girl.
She was an evil little girl.
She was an evil little girl, and mom wanted to get rid of her because she was so evil. And then
Yeah.
when somehow they figured out that making a copy of the film like canceled out your death, and then the
Yeah.
kid is like, "No, mom, you idiot! Like she'll never stop. Like you think you stopped her? No." And then she kills the boyfriend.
Oh. But she lives?
The mom lives, and then she makes the kid make a copy of the tape, so he lives too, or it's implied at least.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Wow.
Anyway, The Ring is one of the best horror movies in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm really into it right now.
Same.
Mostly because that's who I play on Dead by Daylight. I just be like, yeah, wow. And they give you little TVs to like come out of, and you like crawl out of them. But like, no one can hear you or see you coming, and then like all of a sudden you just kind of like
We need like a new horror supervillain though. Like,
I know.
who's the latest one? The clown from what's that
The
movie?
Terrifier?
Terrifier, the Terrifier
Yeah,
clown.
That's the. But even that was like, isn't it crazy to think that was like, what, 2017, 2016?
Oh, it's been that long.
Yeah.
Well, that's the last one I can think of. Well, the Unknown, I guess, is our new icon,
Yeah.
but they haven't made a movie about her.
Ah, love women in film.
Women in power.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, women in film. Samara.
The Unknown is
The
played by a woman,
Unknown.
I think. The Oompa Loompa woman.
Oompa Loompa woman.
Yeah.
Who's another horror female icon? Medusa? I don't know. Anyway, what I'm saying is we need a new horror icon.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
So good.
We should wrap it up.
Okay. What are your closing thoughts do you have, Ray?
For closing thoughts, I think we need more scary Christmas movies.
Yeah.
Or gay Christmas movies.
Yeah.
Or scary gay
horror
Christmas movies.
movies.
Yes.
Yeah. Or a remake of The Ring.
A gay remake of The Ring.
Oh,
The Gape.
that could be juicy.
Yes. Can you imagine what the videotape would be like for that?
Yeah, I could actually.
Evil Well Twink comes out of the poppers bottle.
Out of the Red Sox.
The what? The red sock?
Yeah.
What is that?
You said like the title would be The Gape, and then
Oh,
they would
yeah.
come out of the Red Sox.
It just opens up,
Yeah.
crawls out. Yeah.
Yeah, from their little tube. Wow.
That would be fun. Let's write and produce that.
The Gape.
The Gape.
I feel like that would be hard to. Like, how do you do that? I feel like you even need CGI.
We will figure it out. We'll get a good special effects team together. It'll be all practical.
Yeah. How does
And,
one person come out of another person's asshole?
Like this.
Oh.
Kind of like that Jim Carrey movie where he comes out of the rhino's butt.
Yeah.
Zookeeper or something.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like that.
Right. That's not a very good image in my brain. But
I mean, if people can be born
again,
out of a person, then I don't see what the problem is here.
that's true. Maybe they're just like a glitch, and then they like fully.
Yeah.
Because I guess they're supposed to be ghosts.
Yeah. Could you feel if a spirit was like fingering you right now?
Like evil entity, probably.
I don't know.
Because she can kill you in real life. You probably feel something.
But she just looks at you and like sucks the life out of you because like the
Yeah.
people get mummified after.
Yeah, and a lot of them like kill themselves before she even like reaches them.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't know that.
yeah.
Is it like
Because
one
they're
of
too
those?
scared.
Exactly. Like they say that when you jump off a building, you don't die from the impact. You die from a heart attack on the way down.
I don't think that's true.
Oh, I don't know. I'm not about to find out.
Yeah, me either.
I'm not the jumping from a building type.
Mm-mm.
I'm afraid of heights.
Maybe in 9/11.
Even then, I would fight to get
Yeah,
out.
no, I would just like take the chance of the stairwell.
Right.
No, surely not every floor of the stairwell is engulfed in flames.
Well, I guess when there's a fire situation, it's the smoke that fucks you up more
Oh yeah,
because you can't see or breathe.
that's yeah.
So, yeah.
True.
I hope to never be caught in a fire.
Yeah.
I was thinking about this the other day. Like, what's like a horrible way to die? And fire was one
Bad.
of them. Plane crash was one of them. But I decided that the worst way to die would be like slowly over time in a lot of pain,
Right.
like as in a disease. So,
Yeah.
what would be your nightmare death scenario, Dan?
That.
That. Okay. Yeah.
That's why I have to jump off the cruise ship. The money runs out, Rick. We've been over this already.
Buy my course on jumping off a cruise ship. How to disappear in a cruise ship.
How to disappear.
There's a guy selling a course. Oh, my right's here. There's a guy selling a course titled "How to Escape," and it's
How to
about like
Escape.
leaving the U.S. for like another country as an
Ah.
immigrant. But it's just funny how he's like, escape the U.S. now, and like come gentrify this country or whatever.
Yeah.
I haven't bought the course, but like I know it exists because I see it online on
How to
TikTok.
How to Disappear seems like one of those white woman crime books, like Little Fires Everywhere, or
Ooh,
what are the other ones that are popping off right now?
about like crime.
Yeah, or Gone Girl.
Gone Girl.
How to Disappear.
I'm always fascinated by when they find a missing person like 10, 20 years later
Yeah,
and they're still the same person and it's like, oh yeah, that was me, huh?
I bet you're wondering how I got in this. Allow me to fill you in.
Right. It's like,
That's true. I think like once you've like really seen like uh just like real tragedy, despair, and like acceptance of like possibly the worst possible scenario, you just are kind of like primed for almost anything to happen after that.
well, but how?
Like at least I'm not chained to the mattress again. Like anything is better than that.
No, no, no. Well, yes, but I've heard of these people who like they will randomly disappear, be found like 10 years later, and they're like, oh yeah, I just had like a manic episode and I don't know what I'm doing now.
Oh,
Right?
not kidnapped.
Not like kidnapped necessarily, right? Like, but like,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, that is always really weird. Luke had like a cousin that did that.
Really?
Yeah, she was in Mexico.
Lives in Mexico?
She was living in Mexico.
Hmm.
They thought she was dead for a little bit, but then it turns out she was just in Mexico. But then she's been back now for a few years.
Like willingly? Like she was just like,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, like let's time to
She's
go back.
like, "Mama, I'm coming back."
Ah.
Yeah.
What a dream. I wish I could just get up and go wherever
Yeah, me too.
someday. When the pod takes off, we're living off that sponsor money.
Our patrons.
Yeah. Thank you to our patrons, Jenna and Dan and Destiny, and to our viewers who view regularly.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
All right, say goodnight, Rick.
Good night. Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Happy Green Day.
And happy spring, because it'll probably be spring by the time you're watching this.